A pardoned January 6th insurrectionist just got rearrested for a disgusting reason, and even worse, he promised government funds to pay hush money to his victim. A fair warning, dear viewers, you may want to take a bath in bleach by the end of this report. You also might want to punch someone in the groin, possibly but not limited to a swollen orange taco. I'm David Reddish. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. January 6, 2021 will forever stand out as one of the most frightening and embarrassing days in American history. As you no doubt are aware, hundreds of Trump supporters violently attacked the Capitol to disrupt the certification of Joe Biden's presidential win, an angry mob emboldened and encouraged by Donald Trump himself. Many of those insurrectionists were later apprehended and convicted on charges related to the January 6th attack, until, of course, the moment Donald Trump returned to office and issued a blanket pardon for all the violent criminals convicted on those charges. That's almost 1,600 people for those keeping track. And if you think that a presidential pardon after one of the most despicable moments in American democracy might embolden some of those wackadoos, well, you're right. Let's see how all this is going, shall we?
It's been exactly 300 days since Trump issued a mass pardon for over 1,500 people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. We were wondering around here, what happened? Where are they now? Well, let's start with a militia member who was actively texting members in an Oath Keepers group chat who called himself, and I am not making this up, a member of the Curb Stomp crew, and who is now the lucky recipient of not just one, but two presidential pardons. President Trump pardoned this man, Dan Wilson, on Friday for owning unauthorized firearms after he had already been pardoned last year for felony conspiracy charges during January 6th. Wilson joins a growing list of January 6th defendants who have new or resurfaced legal troubles, like this man, Zachary Allum. He was sentenced to 8 years for assaulting police officers on January 6th before he demanded a pardon from Trump. When a local station asked Allum what he would do once he was released, he said, quote, "That's just for me to know and you to find out." Unfortunately, we did find out. Less than 4 months after his release, Zachary was arrested in connection with a home invasion. Here at MS Now, we have tracked over a dozen cases of January 6th defendants who have new or resurfaced legal trouble, including deadly drunk driving, burglary, reckless homicide, and child sex crimes. A lot of child sex crimes.
Oh, it gets so much worse, so stick around. Gun charges, drunk driving, child abuse. What upstanding patriots. What great Americans. Sickening, isn't it? These people represent the worst among us, and yet Donald Trump still calls them patriots. He still calls January 6th the day of love, and he uses our taxpayer dollars to target citizens and legal residents for deportation just because they're Latino. Great priorities. Well, it just got even more embarrassing, if such a thing is possible. Meet Andrew Paul Johnson, a self-described, quote, American terrorist and proud January 6er. That's him. He took part in the January 6th riot, and he was one of 1,600 people pardoned by Donald Trump earlier this year. And like so many of his fellow seditionists, he's landed himself in trouble again. Double trouble. Not only did police rearrest him, they caught him trying to use hypothetical money paid out by Donald Trump to buy silence. The silence of a child. An NBC affiliate in Philadelphia now reports that yesterday police arrested the 44-year-old Johnson on charges of lewd and lascivious molestation, lewd and lascivious exhibition, and transmission of material harmful to a minor. According to the report, Johnson abused an 11-year-old boy at least 3 times in 2024. Police investigated the case following a tip about 2 male minors who were allegedly solicited by Johnson. A mother discovered messages to her son from Johnson on the gaming platform Discord. The boy then admitted to the abuse and further revealed that he had confronted Johnson about it. Johnson then offered to pay the boy, get this, $10 million. Johnson claimed he expected the money to be paid out by the Trump administration as compensation for wrongful imprisonment following January 6th. Now, in fairness to Donald Trump, he has floated the idea of payouts to pardon January 6th participants, but has taken no steps to actually offer them. They would most likely have to be okayed by Congress anyway. Furthermore, it's unlikely that each person would receive funds up to $10 million. Heck, even the family of Ashley Babbitt, an insurrectionist who died, only got $5 million, which is ridiculous, but never mind. This is just the latest instance of Donald Trump attracting and supporting all the best people. But then again, what should we expect from the best friend of a sex trafficker like Jeffrey Epstein? What should we expect from a man liable for sexual assault himself? And why do I know this won't be the last time we hear about a pardoned January 6er going after kids? Needless to say, we'll keep you updated on the spread of Trumpian grossness, the further transgressions of the January 6th traitors, and all other major stories coming out of Washington. I'm now going to wash my hands in bleach. This is Occupy Democrats.